Hi future coders, this is Shruti from Debe Learning and today I wanted to show you how to make a maze game on Scratch, and by the end of this video you will be having a exact idea of how to make this game on Scratch. So without any further delay, let's get started with this video. I'm gonna break this game into 4 steps and it would be creating a maze, making a character that can walk around, making it so that the character can't walk through walls, and fourth, making multiple levels. So let's get started. You can pick a main character for your maze game by hovering over choose a sprite and clicking choose. You can pick any character that you would like. Maybe I'll pick the chick, and if your sprite is pretty big, you can always decrease the size to make it smaller. So now let's create our maze. I'll click on the stage and click on the backdrop tab. To draw maze, I'll basically click on rectangle tool and click here, pick a color that I would like to be the color of wall, okay? Then just sort of draw out rectangles to the walls of the maze. This is not going to be very complicated maze because I just wanted to, show you an example, but you can make it as complicated as you want. Maybe I'll put another wall here and another one here. And yeah, you can always click on the walls and move things around. But yeah, I'll say that's a pretty good maze. Let's draw another rectangle that will be the exit that the character is trying to get to. So I'll pick another color, maybe I'll do some sort of green color and make it a little darker. I'll just draw out of a rectangle to be the exit down here. So you can put it wherever you want. So yeah, there we go. That's the step 1. Now for step 2, let's make our character be able to walk around. So I'll click on the chick sprite and click on the code tab. Now to make this character move, we can use this block that says move 10 steps, and this block will make it move 10 steps forward in whatever direction it is facing. Right now it's pointing in direction 90, but if we set point in direction and drag this dial to 180, then if you click on that, the chick is going downwards. And now if you click move 10 steps, it will go this way. So let's have it to do that when we press the down arrow key, I can do that by going to the events category and dragging out when key is pressed, when space key is pressed block, and choosing down arrow from the menu. So now when I press the down arrow key, it goes down. Let's do this for the other keys too. So we can have it point in direction negative 90 degrees and that will make it go this way. Let's try that out. Okay, nice. It's going upside down, which will look a little silly, but we can fix that later, right? So have it move 10 steps in that direction, and let's have that happen when we press the left arrow key. So I'll choose left arrow. We can do the same thing for the right arrow key. So when the right arrow key is pressed, we'll make it point in direction 90 and move 10 steps. And for the up arrow key, when the up arrow is pressed, we'll have it point in direction 0 and move 10 steps that way. Let's try that out. Okay, nice. We have a character that can move around, but it looks pretty ridiculous when it's going that way. So one thing you can do to fix that is click on the direction thing here, and there are a couple of options for how your character looks when it rotates, right? So right now it is set to all around, so it will rotate all around. There's also don't rotate, and if you set it to that, no matter what direction that character is technically pointing in, it will stay not rotated at all. So there's also this option called left right, where it will point to the left or the right, but not up and down. And I like that one, so I think I'll keep that one from my game. So yeah, we finished step 2 also. But now the problem with our maze game is that the character can just walk through the walls, right? So it is really not that difficult of a maze if he can, just walk out of the wall. So let's make it so that the character can't walk through walls. This will be our step 3. One way to make a character not be able to walk through wall is that to have the character detect if it is touching the color you used for the wall, and will make the character not be able to keep moving if it runs into that color. To do that, in the sensing category, there's this block that says touching color. We can click on this color, then click on the eyedropper and get the color of the wall, whatever your wall color is. So now let's say if touching the color, we want it to do something. So, and what should we have it do? Well, you know how the move 10 steps blocks make a character move 10 steps in whatever direction it is facing. If you say move minus 10 steps, that will make it move 10 steps backward from whatever direction it is facing, right? So if we could say if it is touching the wall, move backward from whatever way you were trying to go. So if you try to go upwards at a wall, you'll get bumped that way. And if you try to go right into a wall, you'll get bumped that way too. So, and so on. So let's put a when green flag clicked block on the top and see if that works. So I'm going downward. But I can still go through the wall, and that's just because we need to put a forever block around this so that it will always be checking if it is running into the walls or not. Because if we don't have a forever block here, it just check once, but we want it to check always. So now let's try that out. And there you go. Okay, I'm trying to go down to the wall, but it won't let me because every time I move 10 steps down into it, it moves me negative 10 steps, and that makes me go in the opposite direction. So I try to go that way and I look like a woodpecker trying to get through this wall, but I can't actually. Now is a good time to test your character can actually get through the maze or not. So your character can go through here, but I might make it a less narrow to make it a little easier for the player. Okay, cool. Looks like all the other places have enough room, right? So there you go. This is the step 3. So now let's do step 4, adding multiple levels, and this is the last thing we're going to do in this game. First, let's click on the stage and draw another level because we need another level. I'm just going to right click on this one and click duplicate, just kind of make another different maze by moving things around. Don't want it to be too similar though. Oh, here's a nice tip. If you want to rotate a sprite, if you hold down shift, that will rotate it by 45 degrees at a time. So it's really good for making right angles. Anyway, fun fact. So yeah, you have got your lovely level 2. So let's go back to the code tab because right now the chick, if it gets the goal, it doesn't actually make it to the next level. So let's make it actually do that. Also, I noticed when the game starts, the chick just started by the goal. We should really make it start up here. And an easy way to do that is drag it to the spot you want it to start at. Then if you go to the motion category and drag out, go to XY, that block will actually set to whatever XY position the character is at. So you can just drag out and say when the green flag is clicked and go there. Let's also make it start at the first backdrop when the green flag is clicked. I think that's called backdrop 2 in my project. There we go. And now how can we make it go to the next level? When it runs into this door, we can actually use this if touching color block again. So let's make basically the same code as this wall color. We want to click on the color eyedrop and get the door color. And now this will detect if it ran into the door or not. But what do we want it to do that in that case? Well, once it gets there, we want it to go back to the starting spot, which is this spot. So I can make it go there and drag out the same XY block. Then we can also want it to go to the next backdrop because that has the next maze. So we can just do that by going to the looks category and dragging out this block that says next backdrop and putting it in here, and let's try that out. So yeah, I am going through the maze. I'm a little bird and I can go, I run into the wall, but that's okay. I go up, I go this way. I don't think I'm going to keep this all in. Maybe, and I go down and I run into the door and it sets me back up here and it has gone to the next maze, which is really easy. I can completely see the door from here, but that is fine. Because yeah, this is how you can make a maze game with multiple levels. I can't wait to see you guys making your maze game, and do let me know in the comment section if you have any question or any doubt related to Scratch. Until I meet you guys again. Bye.